and she doesn't, and therefore her test is that, what was her mistake? Her mistake was that she went after social life of people, and then she was trying to hide it from the truth from her husband. So there's a society, she was holding society greater than truth. So the tikkun for her is what? Accept truth and have society embarrass her. That's a tikkun, but she accepts it willfully, and she knows that's a tikkun, and she does get embarrassed. Okay, look.
Is she allowed to remarry someone else?
Yeah, she should be married.
She just finished with them.
Yeah, it does. It's going to be, who's going to remarry us? But that's not so. In today's world, but in those days, a little hard. But there are people that.
She did tshuva. Not called doing
She gets chorus. She can do tshuva, but tshuva doesn't mean that the sin is a God. But there is way. That's why I started the yeshiva. I explained the Rabbi, according to the Rambam, according to Rabbi Yoina, it's chesed ve'emes shel. What does that mean? Chesed, extra point. And emes is learning the Torah. So yeah, that's what I told him. Make sure your husband learns Torah and do a lot of chesed. That is machaper avon. You finished it? Oh, yeah. Next one. Next person.
She was now on public display, for the Azara was filled with women. It was a mitzvah for them to attend in order to take a warning from the end of the Sotah. The Kohanim adjured her with an oath that contained a verse. He introduced the oath with the following speech. You are about to drink the bitter waters of the Sotah, whose quality is miraculous. If you are pure, you will not be affected by this oath, and the waters will not injure you. However, if a strange man has defiled you, the water will cause you to die, and then all your limbs will fall off. Your belly will swell and burst. The same will happen to the adulterer. Your name will become a byword in the mouth of people. They will curse one another with the words, may your end be like that of Mrs. So-and-so. And they will swear, if I tell a lie, may I perish like Mrs. So-and-so. So to affirm the oath by responding twice, Amen, so be it. The double Amen implied, Amen, that I was never defiled by the particular person against whom my husband forewarned me. Amen, that I was not defiled by any other man.
She's going to make it not this guy, but somebody else.
So
they try to tell her to confess, right? To make the easier defense.
What happened was that if she was accused with this one person, but she had actually been with another man, so still...
There were.
The water would work.
Yeah. The double
Amen also connoted that just as she had never been defiled in the past, so would she not defile herself in the future. The Kohen would bring a parchment and write upon it Torah text containing the oath which he had just made her swear. He wrote the verses, including the actual oath in verse, but excluding the phrases, and the Kohen made the woman swear. And the Kohen said to the woman, and the woman said, Amen, Amen. He would write this document just like a Sefer Torah, but with erasable ink. And he would write Hashem's four-letter name that appeared twice in the text in full. He would bring a new earthenware vessel, fill it with water from the Shiur, sprinkle it into dust, taken from the ground of the sanctuary, and a bitter herb to convert it into bitter water. Finally, he erased the document in the water mixture until no trace of the letters remained. Of what symbolic significance are the various aspects of this ceremony? An earthenware bowl was used, so as to remind the sinful woman that she had offered drinks from expensive wine goblets to the adulterer. Meeting connected Mida, she was offered the waters of the Sotah in a cheap earthenware mug.
Again. So to remind her, she wanted excitement, something happened, they had a rendezvous with this place, and they wanted to get out and break away and have something special, different.
The use of an earthenware vessel demonstrates Hashem's compassion even upon the Sotah. After the ceremony, this vessel was broken and the woman's deed forgotten. An unbreakable copper vessel, on the other hand, would stay intact and forever remind people of that particular sofa.
That was the Chesed?
Yeah, that you would be able to forget about it.
We read the star. No.
The order of events as described here follows Rambam. The Mishnah enumerates it differently. After having been pressured to confess her guilt and having refused, the woman was placed in the gate of Nicanor, publicly disgraced by having her garments ripped and her hair disheveled. Then the mincha was prepared and placed in her hand. The bitter water was prepared in a bowl, and she was adjured. The scroll was written, and then the holy name erased. The water comes from the Shiur, the labor.
That was this big thing that they had with water and all these knobs, right?
In the
That's one
Mishnah,
question.
What?
That's one question
Yeah.
about the ink. I don't understand why the ink was erasable ink. It was a nace that it didn't erase in case she wasn't a salt, that she didn't devour her husband.
What it means is they had ink that would stay, except under the water when they put it, it would go off. In other words, they didn't have ink that was waterproof. They didn't want to use waterproof ink.
Right, the ink always went off.
What?
It went off whether she was guilty or innocent. She drank
Yeah.
the ink.
Yeah.
That's what happened
I
first.
see.
That's when they said she was
In other words, you had to take
innocent.
the name and erase it. So they had waterproof ink. They wouldn't go off. So how are they
It's
going to take
interesting
them?
they had erasable ink in those days, right?
Different things that we find there.
I thought that if Hashem's name became erased, that was one of the samanim that she was guilty.
No.
In this time, the labor was constructed from the privately donated mirrors of the pious women who had lived in Egypt. The Shiur should remind the Sotah that although the Jewish women lived among the impure Egyptians, they remained pure. How could she, who grew up in an environment of purity, have stooped to defile herself? Why is the water mixed with dust? This hints that if the Sotah is innocent, she will be recompensed for her humiliation. She is promised by the Almighty to become the mother of a great son, of the caliber of Abraham, who describes himself as dust and ashes. On the other hand, if she is impure, she will return to dust. She is punished Mida Keneged Mida. She dined with the adult of her on delicacies. In return, she is now made to swallow a drink that tastes of dust.
Now this, in other words, these things the people understand, and it's Mida Keneged Mida, everything along the line. Which really means in a person's life, everything it does is Mida Keneged Mida. Part of to remind you of the story in order to do truth. Yes.
This woman, if she's innocent, says she'll be recompensed for her humiliation.
Yes. Only according to Rabbi Akiva. According to Rabbi Shmuel, she doesn't get a child.
No?
Because then every woman who doesn't have children would do it.
Oh.
Would go and have a
Her husband jealous.
jealous and that.
But how, let's say, how does this woman, she has to be a very big Baal Midos, if she's not guilty, after she goes through this whole thing, to, want to look at her husband.
Yeah, but she did go into Yippee with baby for that.
Oh.
And then she
Said
had
that.
to trust. Not to do that man she was in.
Let me explain to you. You see,
Not
the
so-
text says, when the text says, I'll read the text, it says like this, it says, Vayishkav ish osa, that she lived with the man, and they bring her the water. So the rabbis ask, what do you mean she lived with the man? The water's going to test out if she lived with the man. So since she did all these things, that 10 to 1, around 10 to 1, these things lead to, it may never happen, but it leads to it. So it's considered that she already put herself in a position that she brought herself like a woman that she caused people to talk about her.
Maybe also, her husband doesn't have the choice. It's not like he's doing this for Nakama. He must, right? He must
Right.
take her.
Right.
He's like Peshay if he doesn't.
That's
He's
right.
not allowed not to bring her.
Gotta go to the
If
bank.
there's a suspicion.
But it's not just the jealous husband. Some men are crazy. They say, you looked at him, you did this. They're not allowed to bring her. They have to have
No.
witnesses.
Yeah. So, but they say jealousy of a husband comes from purity.
If it's normal.
No.
And some men go get
Okay.
sickness.
So she has to know how to handle her husband.
I
Has
read
to make
stories
sure.
that-
She has to
they-
make sure.
They took the wife away from her family and her friends. They wanted complete control over her life. Made her live in a different city. She couldn't contact anyone she knew. It's like a kind of control.
Let's say that's all true. Now, how does that woman live? She has to find a way. What?
It's not normal.
Forget about normal. How is that woman going to live? Right? Just to say, Mida can give me this, I'm actually accept a lot. And enjoy the position and try to get the most she can. I didn't go, when I was down south, I didn't see it, but we went collecting money. So in Montgomery, Alabama, I wasn't there, I was in another place. In other words, you go collecting with guys, you get into the car, and some go here, some go there, So they went to this house. And outside that was a big, beautiful home, Montgomery, Alabama. And outside, the guy put not flour, some kind of stuff in the woman's house. Don't come down, don't come here, don't come here, don't come here. You know what I mean? They didn't know what the woman was talking about. Then they found out that the husband was suspicious of his wife. He put things outside that he can test his footprints of anybody coming in there. I didn't see it myself, but I was around there when it happened. I didn't bother to see it, but it was in Montgomery, Alabama. That's about 40 years ago. What? When I went with my wife, we were in Jacksonville, Florida, where this guy, the drummer, is.
Yeah.
What?
Artemis.
So there they have a museum. And it has all the atrocities and things how they cruel people. A museum.
Torture
there.
was?
What?
Torture?
Torture, kind of had torture. How, when the Spaniards came to America, how they tortured people. It was torture. So there they have the chastity belt for a man, the chastity belt for a woman. But metal one for this. I mean, it's just things that, that's what people did in those days. But how does a person live with all these things? And come out healthy and a good relationship. You know what I mean? But that's the trick of the beanie affair of a woman. That's the win. Go ahead. Somebody else needs next.
Why is the Almighty's great name dissolved in the water? It is forbidden to blot out Hashem's name. However, in the case of the Sotah, he made an exception in order to demonstrate the great importance of maintaining peace between husband and wife. If contention erupts between them, he considers it worthwhile even to eradicate the great and holy name if necessary in order to reconcile them. Although King David did not build the base of Mikdash,
One second.
Excuse me, Rabbi, can I ask a question?
What?
What we said, like what you said before, like the woman has to just adjust and make the best out of her life, and it's Min Hashemayim. But didn't Hashem make divorce
To get
in order
divorced.
to get free? You don't stay in a situation.
But the trouble is, the man gives divorce, not the woman. So she doesn't want to give, the man doesn't want to give divorce. What she do? She runs out without a man. She loses Olam Haba. Olam Haza she doesn't have. Oh, she get Olam and lose her Olam Haba. Chas v'shalom.
But a woman should try to get out of a sick situation, not
Yeah.
just...
Okay. Let's please turn to the skip a page 63. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is a famous story everybody knows, an Erev Shabbos. 63. On the an Erev Shabbos, ready?
Okay.
On Erev Shabbos, Rabbi Meir used to deliver a lecture in the base of Knesset. There was once a woman who came every week to hear his discourse. Once he lectured longer than usual, and when she returned home, she found that all the lights had become extinguished. Her husband, a crude boorish man, asked angrily, Where were you so long? I went to hear a lecturer's speech, she replied. Don't come inside, he threatened, unless you first spit into that lecturer's face. Rabbi Meir knew of these events by means of Ruach HaKodesh. He therefore sat down in the base midrash and moaned that he had a pain in his eyes. Is there any wise woman who knows how to heal my eyes with the well-known segula remedy of spitting into the eyes and uttering certain formulas? He asked. Take this opportunity, the neighbors counseled that unhappy woman, to go and spit at Rabbi Meir, then your husband will be reconciled. The woman went to the base of midrash, announcing that she knew how to heal a pain in the eye, and was led before Rabbi Meir. When she faced him, however, she did not dare spit into the great in the great Torah scholar's eyes. She just sat dumbfounded. When he requested her to perform the cure, she replied that she did not know how. He, however, assisted her. "Spit into this eye of mine 7 times," commanded firmly. "Then it will get better." She obeyed, and he told her, "Now go home and inform your husband that you spat the lecturer in the face not only once, but 7 times. Rabbi Meir's students, who had overheard the conversation, now understood their Rebbe's deceit. Excitedly they protested, "Rebbe, how could you allow yourself to be humiliated in this manner, which is not in keeping with the honor of a Talmud couple? Had you uttered one word, you would have sent for the husband, punished him, and forced him to treat his wife decently." He replied, "Meir's honor is not greater than his Creator's. For the sake of restoring peace between husband and wife, the Creator permitted his holy name to be eradicated in the water. It follows then that I must certainly disgrace my dignity for the sake of peace."
You mean the next one, the
The
Medrash?
Midrash teaches us that even if the husband is not a worthy individual, as was the case in the above incident, one must nevertheless attempt to reconcile the spouses, even at the expense of one's personal honor, although one is not required to go to every parent's excuse.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, this is a very important lesson. That means, in order to make peace, what do you gotta do? Humiliate yourself, and this, that. Most of the problems come, and husband and wife, they don't want to humiliate. Who should I? The man rights and justice. Then you break up your marriage. I was going to say something. Shalom Asanisha, that's it. But whatever it is. But there's a hard job, but that's it. Okay.
It is not always possible to restore harmony between other couples. However, a married couple can and must strive for peace in its own home. For the husband, he should be careful not to cause his wife anguish, since a woman is easily aroused to tears. Heaven responds by punishing the husband. The Gemara Pesuos relates the incident of a chassid who used to stay away from his home the entire year, learning in Yeshiva. He would visit his home early on Erev Yom Kippur. Once he was so immersed in his learning that he missed the usual hour of returning home on Erev Yom Kippur. His wife shed tears and he passed away. Although he did not intend to cause his wife grief, he was punished severely. Thus, one who willfully anguishes his wife will certainly be penalized. Instead, the husband should bear his wife's words and actions patiently and honor her for the sake of the honor of the Shekhinah. For the wife, she should sensitize herself to her husband's needs and wishes. Our sages teach, which among the women is considered praiseworthy? A wife who fulfills her husband's wishes. They relate the story of a husband and wife who came from different places of origin, so that she had difficulty in understanding him. He ordered her to cook 2 lentils, referring to 2 portions, but she took his words literally and prepared 2 tiny lentils. Another time, he asked her for squash, and she gave him candles. Enraged, he screamed, "What do I need these candles for? Go break them on the gate." She, however, thought that he wished her to break them on the head of Baba ben Buta, the greatest Torah scholar of the generation.
Baba means gay.
Baba means gay. Because her husband had used the word Baba for gay. Obediently, she went to Baba ben Buta and hit him on the head with the 2 candles. "Why are you doing this to me?" he asked her. "My husband told me so," she replied. With his great wisdom, the sage grasped the situation and told her, "You are a good wife for obeying your husband. May you give birth to 2 sons like Baba ben Buta." A wife is entrusted not only with the husband's physical welfare. In addition, she should provide him with moral support when he is discouraged because of financial health or other worries, and above all, she should encourage and assist him to study Torah. Both should take to heart the lesson that the Almighty Himself ordered His name be raised for the sake of peace. When there is an argument between the spouses, each must be ready to sacrifice his or her dignity, honor, insistence on the personal whim, and so on for the sake of peace. The next part of the ceremony consisted of disgracing the Sotah in public. She had beautified herself for sinful purposes, therefore she was now made to look ugly. A Kohen would come and tear the top of her garments. If she was wearing any beautiful jewelry or accessories, they were removed. Then the Kohen was required to uncover her hair in order to disgrace her. He might have refused to uncover a woman's hair. He was then asked, "Do you consider yourself more dignified than the Almighty?"
The Almighty commanded to do it.
That's right.
Once a Kohen entered a cemetery in order to bury a Meis Mitzvah, an abandoned dead body which even a Kohen must bury. His servant did not want to enter the cemetery for fear of defiling himself and stayed outside. "Are you superior to your master?" people asked him. "If your master goes in, follow him."
Was the servant also Kohen?
Yeah.
Similarly, the Kohen should not hesitate to perform this part of the mitzvah. He is not greater than the Almighty. who for the sake of restoring peace between the spouses commanded that the holy site of the sanctuary where his presence resides should be disgraced by the presence of a woman whose hair is bared. Why were the Sotah's hair uncovered? She was told a Jewish woman is forbidden to appear in public with her hair uncovered. You removed yourself from the ways of Jewish daughters and acted like a Gentile woman. You are now getting what you wanted. You will look like a Gentile woman. Moreover, her hair was uncovered as a just nida punishment. Because she had bared it in secret for the adulterer, it was now covered in public. Because she had secretly adorned it for him, it was now disheveled in public.
Next.
No, I need to. What is the meaning of the word? Your wife should be a faithful God, and the most sons of your house, your children as olive plants during the season. These words promise the wife to conduct herself with sweetness, that she'll become a faithful God, and bear children resembling olive plants. Rabbi, this is Diaspora. Who is the husband who has his wife displaying even in some of the things that explain it to the sacred goodness? She causes her sons not to be among the distinguished personalities of the Jewish people. This is called concerning the sneers in one's own home. How much more careful must she be than to be in public? The woman who is meticulous about covering her hair completely will merit strongly, who shine out like olive plants. Olives can be eaten fresh or dry. They are sold as delicacies, and the oil used on them is fritted in all other oil. Similarly, she will raise many sons, some distinguished and written for, others in oil form, and others businessmen conduct business in ways of oil. The leaves of the olive tree do not fall off in summer or in winter, symbolizing her offspring will endure forever. Furthermore, she causes her family to be blessed materially. She and her husband will live to see children, grandchildren, as the verse continues. Hashem will bless you from Zion, and you will see your children's children. Peace by the Zion.
After the Sotah's garment had been ripped, a rope was flaked came from the land of Egypt, was brought and worn around her to prevent her garment from falling off.
Why an Egyptian rope?
Why an Egyptian rope? This is to hint that she had imitated the immoral deeds of the land of Egypt. Summing up the law of Sotah, we see that they are all a measure for measure, which is retribution for the sins. When she sins, she disregarded the Amalekite and her husband's honor. Therefore, her dignity was
No, good, you're doing good, don't worry. As she stood, don't be this bad.
As she stood in front of the adultery to find grace in his eyes, she had to stand in front of all the people, and they witnessed her disgrace. She beautified her face, therefore the bitter waters caused her face to fade. She painted her eyes, therefore the bitter waters made her eyes bug. She plaited her hair, therefore it was disarranged. She displayed her painted fingernails, therefore the waters caused her nails to fall off. She wore a beautiful belt, and still an Egyptian rope was tied around her. She seemed with her limbs, therefore they washed away. She fed the adulterary delicacies, therefore her offering came from animal fodder. She offered him sweet wine in beautiful glasses, therefore she was made to drink bitter waters in earthenware mug. she concealed her deeds, therefore they were published. When the bitter waters funeral took effect, it was clearly demonstrated that no person can hide from God's all-seeing eye.
Let's finish up with her Nida Keneged Nida.
Hamida Keneged Nida Supreme precedes the last letter, proves that God's providence requires every individual according to his deeds.
In truth,
In truth, all these seemingly merciless acts inflict upon the Sotah were a kindness to her. Each part of public humiliation and suffering atoned from some aspect of her sin. She was then spread from the far more severe suffering of the world to come.
or who's going to read that?
Mincha Sotah, the special offering on behalf of the Sotah. The Kohen would prepare the Sotah's Mincha offering, for which her husband had donated the barley. This mincha differed from standard mincha offerings in the following 4 points. The flour came from barley and not from the usual wheat. Why? She had committed a bestial act, Mida Keneged Nida. Her offering came from a grain that is used for fodder for animals. Moreover, she had fed the adulterer delicacies, therefore her korban was an animal fodder. Second, it was kemach, a type of flour that was not of good quality for baking. 3, this mincha was not mixed with oil, nor was oil added to it as the other mincha offerings. Why? Oil with which lamps are kindled represents spiritual light. However, this woman had walked in darkness. 4, no lavona, incense, was strewn over this mincha, although every mincha offering was usually sprinkled with lavona. The absence of incense hinted that the Sotah had departed from the ways of tznius, the pleasant scent that distinguishes the Jewish people. Furthermore, our pure and modest mothers, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, are likened to ketoris, aromatic spices. Her offering lacked the ketoris ingredient because she departed from the ways of her mothers. Why was the Sotah required to offer a korban? This offering achieved atonement for the husband. He too was blameworthy for not sufficiently reproving his wife when he first noticed the lack of tznius in her. Instead, he neglected the matter and finally caused the great and holy name to be erased. A husband should not lose patience with his wife when things in the home rip or break. If the wine spills, let him be pleasant. Surely Hashem can replace the loss. If the oil spills, let him not make an issue of it. Hashem can compensate him. If the dishes break, let him bear it patiently, for they can be replaced. However, the Torah warns a Jewish husband, if you notice your wife deviate from the ways of tznius, be a man. Do not neglect the matter, take action. If he observes her scream in an unseemly manner, if he notices that she goes to places where she shouldn't, if she dresses or makes merry in an immodest manner, let him take action. She violates the ways of tznius observed by Jewish daughters.
Isn't that also true for your daughters?
Same
Your
thing.
wife?
Husband.
Same thing, everything. Go ahead. Children, everything. Good. Thank you.
Miracle of the bitter waters. Finally, she was handed the water to drink. But at this point, she became afraid and refused to drink. She was encouraged with the words, "My daughter, do not hesitate to drink these waters. They harm only someone who has sinned. If you are pure, they will not injure you in the least." If she persisted in her refusal while still claiming to be pure, she was forced to gulp the water down because Hashem's holy name had been blotted out of it. After she drank the water, the Kohen performed the offering-waving ceremony, Mufah, putting his hand underneath the woman's. He waved the pen containing the mincha back and forth, up and down, as we do with the 4 pieces of the mincha. The fistful of the mincha was then burned on the mizbeach, and the rest given to the Kohen. If the woman was guilty, the bitter waters took effect instantly. Her face felt visibly muted because she had made up her face for forbidden purposes. Her eyes partook as a punishment for having simply beautified them, as did all the veins in her body. Remove her, the Kohanim would order, before she defiled the Azara. The Sotah's belly swelled, followed by her thighs, and her other limbs wasted away, and she died.
The bitter water simultaneously punished the adulterer. As the waters began to affect her, the identical symptoms developed in him wherever he was at the time. Miraculously, they suffered and died at the same time. Not every Sotah died immediately upon drinking the waters. If she had in the past encouraged her husband and children to learn Torah, her merits protected her from immediate death. Although the symptoms of the Sotah began to appear on her body, causing disfigurement and physical suffering, she nevertheless remained alive. Depending upon the greatness of her marriage, she could stay alive for even 2 or 3 years. Then she perished with the horrible death of the Sotah. Her belly swelled and her limbs wasted away. How did the Sotah test affect a pure woman? To such a woman, the waters acted like a soothing and healing remedy. Her limbs became stronger, her face radiant. If she suffered any pain, she was healed. If she had been childless, she would now have a child. If she had only daughters, she would now be granted sons too. If she used to have beautiful births, she would now bear children with ease. Moreover, the Torah promised her a special and righteous son. Although every Sotah sinned, when she secluded herself with a stranger, the public shame and humiliation that she underwent atoned for her wrongdoing. Hashem's eyes wander in the whole earth. Zachariah, the adulterer and the adulteress cannot conceal their sin from Hashem. 2 sisters of very similar looks were living in different cities. One husband suspected her of infidelity and threatened to have her touched with the bitter waters of the Sotah. This woman hastily traveled to her sister and confided in her that she was impure. Do not fear her, sister placated her. I will appear in court instead of you, and I will drink the water. No one can differentiate between us. They exchanged garments. One sister traveled back as the other. She was taken to the Sanhedrin in Yerushalayim and subjected to the Sotah test. She gulped down the bitter waters, remained unaffected, and was proclaimed pure. Pretending that she wished to pay a visit to her sister, she traveled to the other city. The sister, who was impure, came out to greet her, grateful that her life had been spared. She embraced and kissed her. The instant that the guilty sister's mouth touched the others, the bitter waters were activated. The horrible symptoms of the Sotah appeared on her body. She died within a noble death. Let a person not think that he lived transgression without anyone ever knowing about it. Hashem says, do not delude yourself into thinking that I do not see or know of your deeds. I am aware of them, and I have ways and means of publicizing them.
Next, we're finishing off now.
The reasons for the miracle of the Sotah and why the test of the Sotah was discontinued. The test of the Sotah involved one of the overt miracles in volume. Hashem authorized it in the order to prevent the sin of adultery by Israel to maintain a high level of kedusha. The bitter waters functioned only if the suspected woman's husband was himself completely free of sin of immorality, and further, if he had all his life perfectly observed the Torah and laws regarding his relations with his wife. If he did not satisfy these conditions, the bitter waters were not activated. During the Second Temple's existence, the theretofore superior level of morality of Jewish people declined. Therefore, the bitter waters did not take effect, and the great and holy name was blotted out in vain. Shortly before the destruction of the second Beis Hamikdash, the Sanhedrin, under Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai's leadership, decided to discontinue the practice of administering the bitter waters of the Sotah, while Israel no longer had the superlative moral level required for this miracle to occur. We must aspire toward the Torah level by protecting our homes from the infiltration of foreign concepts of morality. The Shekhinah can reside.
We'll finish off. Like the head of the family.
The head of the family fails to act with kedusha or to reprove his family and his wife and family members in this respect, he sins. The pasuk from Eov tells us, "Then you shall know that your tent is at peace, and you shall inspect your home, and you shall not sin. You shall also know that your seed shall be great, and your offspring as the grass of the earth. You shall come to your grave with a rich harvest, like a full sheep corn with some
I tell you, I spent a little time to read it. I want you to keep this. Go over it sometime, maybe even look at it, learn about it. It's interesting, clear, and you have to watch against the Yetzer Hara, and all Yetzer Haras and all problems, which is Snea's Kedusha. And watch Tigers, it's the same little things in Israel. a few more stories to tell you, but not this time. You want it back here, or you want to keep it?
I have the book.
Yeah,